My parents disowned me for choosing my own path, they weren't ready for where it led. Hey everyone! Before we get into today's powerful story, drop a comment telling us where you're watching from. If you love stories about resilience and proving doubters wrong, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss our inspiring content. Share this with friends who need to hear this message. Dad's fist slams the mahogany table so hard the wine glasses shake. Red liquid splashes across Mom's white tablecloth like blood on snow. My heart pounds in my chest, but I keep my voice steady. I'm quitting law school, I repeat. I'm pursuing design. Mom's fork clatters to her plate. She stares at me like I just announced I'm joining a cult. Design? Her voice drips with disgust. Amara, we didn't sacrifice everything so you could draw pictures for a living. Dad stands up, his chair scraping against the marble floor. You ungrateful, he stops himself, jaw clenched tight. We paid $50,000 for your first year. You owe us. I stand too, legs trembling. I'll pay you back. Every cent. He laughs, cold and sharp. With what? Crayons? He pulls out his phone, fingers moving fast. Your credit cards are cancelled. Your trust fund, frozen. Consider your room cleared out by morning. Mom won't even look at me. She just whispers, you're a disgrace. I grab my purse from the chair. My hands shake but my voice doesn't. Then I guess I'm leaving. Dad's final words cut through the silence. If you walk out that door, never come back. I walk out. My car smells like old fast food and broken dreams. I'm parked behind a gas station, the kind with flickering lights and cracked pavement. Phone battery at 12%. Bank account, $243. Mom's words replay. You'll crawl back when the world breaks you. Maybe she's right. My pillow is my rolled-up jacket. My blanket is a high school hoodie from the trunk. Every passing car makes me jump. At 3 a.m., I cry. Ugly, snotty, can't breathe crying. The kind where you wonder if your parents ever loved you, or if you were just their project. Their investment. My phone buzzes. 6% battery. It's Kira, check this link. Design internship. Small company. Unpaid but it's something. The company is Spark Studios. Junior design intern. No experience necessary. I fill out the application using the gas station's Wi-Fi. At 3:47 a.m., I hit submit. Then I sleep. Spark Studios is in a converted warehouse downtown. Paint peels off the walls. The elevator smells like someone's lunch from 3 days ago. I'm wearing my only clean shirt and jeans I slept in. My portfolio is in a coffee-stained folder because that's all I had. The receptionist looks at me like I'm lost. Interviews on the 3rd floor. Take the stairs, elevator's broken. By the time I reach the top, I'm sweating. The door says Spark Studios in spray-painted letters. Inside, it's chaos as people shouting, music blasting, sketches covering every surface. A man in his 30s appears, sleeves rolled up, pencil behind his ear. Amara? Yes. I'm here for the internship. I'm Eli. CEO, janitor, coffee maker, everything. He eyes my folder. Is that your work? I hand it over, feeling like I'm handing him my heart. He flips through, face unreadable. My sketches are rough, some from high school, some from late nights when I couldn't sleep. Product designs, logos, layouts. He closes the folder. My stomach drops. These are. He pauses. Raw. But there's something here. Real talent buried under fear. He hands it back. Tell you what. I'll give you a test project. Redesign our website landing page. You have 3 days. His eyes meet mine. Surprise me. My first design presentation is a disaster. I stand in their conference room, really just a cleared corner with mismatched chairs, projecting my redesign on a cracked screen. 7 team members stare at me. I can feel their judgment. So, I try to make it more modern, I mumble, clicking through slides. The design looks childish now that it's on the big screen. The colors clash. The spacing is wrong. Someone in the back snickers. A woman with blue hair whispers something to her neighbor. They both smirk. Eli leans back in his chair, silent. When I finish, the room stays quiet. Finally, he says, "Thanks, Amara. We'll be in touch." That's it. That's code for you failed. I pack up my laptop, face burning. In the bathroom, I stare at my reflection. My parents were right. I'm not good enough. I don't belong here. I should have just stayed in law school, became their perfect daughter, lived their perfect life. My phone stays silent all day. At midnight, alone in my car, I open my laptop. Angry tears blur my vision as I start over, completely over. New colors, new layout, new everything. I pour my rage and fear and desperate hope into every pixel. At 4 a.m., I email it. Subject line, take 2. At 7 a.m., Eli calls. Come back in. We need to talk. Eli pulls up my redesign on his monitor. The whole team gathers around. My stomach twists. Here comes the rejection, the pity, the nice try but. This, Eli says slowly, is exactly what we needed. Someone whistles. Blue hair woman, her name's Maya, nods approvingly. She completely transformed it overnight. The hierarchy is clean, another guy says. The color palette actually works. And this animation concept? He grins at me. That's fire. Eli spins his chair to face me. How'd you turn it around so fast? I shrug, not trusting my voice. Finally, I manage, I got mad. He laughs. Good. Stay mad. You're hired. Full-time, not internship. Salary's not much, $30,000 to start, but it's real work with real clients. He extends his hand. Welcome to Spark. I shake it, dizzy with relief and disbelief. 30,000. It's nothing compared to what my parents make, but it's mine. I earned it. Over the next 3 months, I climb. Not fast, not dramatically, just steadily. Small projects, client calls, late nights fixing details nobody else notices. I'm invisible in the background, but I'm building something. Then one day, Kira texts me, "Girl. Your mom's friend posted about you on Facebook. You might want to check it." The post, photo of me working at the coffee shop downstairs, captioned how the mighty have fallen. My parents definitely saw it. Mom's number flashes on my screen. I stare at it for 3 rings, 4, 5. Against my better judgment, I answer. Hello? Amara. Her voice is cold, sharp. Not how are you, not we miss you, just my name like an accusation. Hi, Mom. I saw the post. Carol's daughter took that picture. She pauses. Is this your great independence? Serving coffee and drawing logos? My jaw clenches. I'm standing outside Spark Studios, phone pressed against my ear, watching people walk by with their perfect lives. I'm working at a design studio. A good one. She scoffs. You gave up Harvard Law for this. Do you understand how embarrassing? Embarrassing for who? My voice shakes, but not with fear. With anger. For me, or for you at your country club brunches? Silence. Then, quietly, venomously, you'll never make anything of yourself. Something breaks inside me, not my spirit, but my need for her approval. One day, I say, voice steady now, you'll regret saying that. I hang up before she can respond. That night, I don't cry. I sketch. Page after page, design after design. Every insult becomes fuel. Every doubt becomes determination. I will prove her wrong. Not to win her back, to prove to myself that I never needed her validation in the first place. 6 months into Spark, I land my first solo client, a local bakery wanting a rebrand. It's small, just $3,000, but it's mine. Every decision, every color choice, every font selection, all mine. I work 70-hour weeks, sketching during lunch, revising after everyone goes home. The client loves it. They post before and after photos on Instagram. Within a week, 2 more bakeries reach out. Then a boutique. Then a yoga studio. I start to believe. Not in some fairy tale ending, but in myself. In my hands, my eyes, my ability to see what others miss and make it beautiful. Eli notices. You're on fire lately, he says one Thursday, dropping a folder on my desk. Think you're ready for the big leagues? What do you mean? He grins. We're pitching for a corporate rebrand. Huge contract. 6 figures if we win. I want you on lead design. My heart races. Lead? But Maya. Maya's good, but you're hungry. And hunger wins. He taps the folder. Presentations in 3 weeks. Don't disappoint me. That night, I read the brief. Professional services firm, 20-year legacy, needs modernization. Standard stuff. Then I see the company name. My blood turns to ice. Sullivan and Associates. My parents' company. I can't breathe. Sullivan and Associates. My last name. My father's firm. The company he built from nothing, that he loves more than anything. Eli appears behind me. You okay? You look like you saw a ghost. This client. That's my parents' company. His eyebrows rise. Your parents? He sits on the desk edge. The ones who disowned you? I nod. Want off the project? I can put Maya in lead. I stare at the folder. My father's name in bold letters. Something hardens in my chest. No. I want it. You sure? My work speaks for itself. They don't have to like me, they have to like my design. 3 weeks of hell follow. I design, redesign, scrap everything, start over. My concept is bold, too bold, maybe. It takes their stuffy corporate image and transforms it. Sleek, modern, human. Risky. Everything they're not. Perfect. Presentation morning, I put on my only blazer. Eli drives us to their office, the building I visited as a kid, where Dad let me spin in his chair. We walk into the boardroom. There they are. Mom. Dad. Sitting at the table's head. Dad's reading something on his tablet. Mom's scrolling her phone. They haven't looked up yet. My heart hammers so loud I'm sure everyone can hear it. Eli starts. Good morning. I'm Eli Chin from Spark Studios, and this is Amara. Mom's voice cuts through the room. She's staring at me, face frozen somewhere between shock and disgust. Dad's head snaps up. His eyes lock on mine. For a second, just a second, something flickers across his face. Surprise? Regret? Then it hardens into stone. You, he says, like the word tastes bad. Eli glances between us. You know each other? She's our daughter, Dad says flatly. He stands, buttoning his suit jacket. This meeting is over. Dad, wait. Don't call me that. He gathers his papers. We can't work with her. Find another firm. The room erupts in whispers. The other board members look confused. Mom won't look at me at all, just stares at her hands like they're the most interesting thing in the world. One board member, older guy, gray beard, clears his throat. Richard, perhaps we should at least see what they've prepared? We've been searching for months. No. Dad's voice is final. He looks at Eli. I'm sorry you wasted your time. He walks out. Mom follows without a word. I stand there, humiliated all over again. Back at the studio, I pack my desk. It's over. I cost them the biggest contract of the year. Eli will have to fire me, it's only fair. I ruined everything. What are you doing? Maya stands in the doorway, arms crossed. Packing. I should have told Eli about my parents from the start. This is my fault. Did Eli tell you to pack? He doesn't have to. I know. Know what? Eli appears behind Maya. He doesn't look angry, just tired. That you're quitting? I cost you 6 figures. He sits in the chair across from me. Want to know what happened after you left? I blink. After I left? Yeah. You bolted so fast you missed the good part. He grins. 3 board members stayed. They demanded to see your presentation. So I showed them. My heart stutters. You did? Amara, your design is incredible. They saw that. 2 of them called your father right there in the room and told him he was making a mistake. He leans forward. They threatened to vote him out as CEO if he let personal issues kill the company's rebrand. I can barely process this. So you're presenting again. Tomorrow. 10 a.m. Your father won't be there, he's unavailable, but the board will be. And this time, they're actually listening. The boardroom feels different without my parents. Lighter. 6 board members sit around the table, including graybeard guy, his nameplate says Robert Chen. I project my design on the screen. My hands shake slightly, but my voice stays steady. Sullivan and Associates has a reputation for tradition. But tradition doesn't mean stuck. This rebrand honors your legacy while launching you into the future. I click through slides. New logo, clean lines, sophisticated, memorable. Color palette, navy and gold, classic but fresh. Website mockups, intuitive, modern, accessible. Brand guidelines, comprehensive, foolproof, scalable. Robert leans forward. This is remarkable. How long have you been designing? Professionally? 8 months. Whispers. Someone says, 8 months? Another board member, a woman in her 50s, this is exactly what we need. It's bold but not reckless. Contemporary but not trendy. After an hour of questions, Robert stands. We'll vote now. All in favor of hiring Spark Studios? 6 hands rise. Unanimous. Congratulations, Robert says, shaking Eli's hand, then mine. Welcome aboard. As we're leaving, Robert pulls me aside. I knew your father 20 years ago. Brilliant man, but stubborn. Don't let his pride diminish your light. I nod, not trusting myself to speak. In the elevator, Eli punches the air. We did it. You did it. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. Enjoy it while it lasts. I know that tone. It's Dad. Over the next month, weird things happen. A boutique I designed for suddenly cancels, claiming budget issues. A restaurant postpones indefinitely. 3 potential clients ghost me after initial meetings. Eli notices. We're in his office, reviewing numbers. We're hemorrhaging clients. Small ones, but still. You notice a pattern? I stare at the list of cancelled projects. All local businesses. All in my parents' social circle. It's my father, I say quietly. He's blacklisting me. Eli runs his hand through his hair. Can he actually do that? He plays golf with half these business owners. One word from Richard Sullivan, and suddenly nobody wants to risk working with his disgrace of a daughter. We sit in heavy silence. Finally, Eli says, the Sullivan and Associates contract keeps us afloat, but barely. If this keeps up. He doesn't finish. He doesn't have to. I know what happens to small studios that lose clients. They close. And it'll be my fault. Again. That night, Maya corners me. Your dad's destroying us, isn't he? Maya, I'm so sorry. Don't apologize. Get mad. She crosses her arms. We've worked too hard to let some rich guy's ego tank us. Fight back. But how do you fight someone with money, connections, and a vendetta? The coffee shop is neutral ground, public enough that Mom can't make a scene, private enough for a real conversation. She sits across from me, designer purse on the chair beside her, looking uncomfortable in the casual setting. Your father doesn't know I'm here, she says, stirring her latte without drinking it. Why are you here? She sighs. This has gone too far. The blacklisting, the vendetta, it's beneath us. Then tell him to stop. I can't control your father. She finally looks at me. But I can offer you a way out. Come home. Finish law school. We'll pay off your debts, restore your trust fund, fix your reputation. You can work at the firm after you graduate. Partnership track. It's everything I thought I wanted 6 months ago. Security. Approval. Family. It feels like poison now. And design? I ask. A hobby. Something you do on weekends, if you must. I stand, leaving my untouched coffee. I'd rather start over than crawl back. Amara, be realistic. Your little studio is failing. How long before you're homeless again? As long as it takes. I grab my bag. At least I'll be free. Her face hardens. You're just like your father, too stubborn to see sense. Funny, I say. He says I'm just like you. I leave her there, alone with her cold latte and her conditional love. Spark Studios closes on a Tuesday. Eli gathers everyone in the main space. Maya's crying. 2 guys look angry. My chest feels hollow. I'm sorry, Eli says, voice thick. The numbers don't lie. We can't sustain operations. Final paychecks arrive Friday. After everyone leaves, Eli and I sit in the empty studio. Sketches still cover the walls, dreams that went nowhere. This isn't your fault, he says. It is, though. Your father's a bully. That's not on you. He hands me an envelope. Your last check, plus a bonus. You earned it. Inside is $2,000 more than expected. I try giving it back. Eli, you can't afford. Take it. Start something. He smiles sadly. You're too talented to give up. That night, in my tiny apartment, I stare at my sketchbook. Empty pages. Endless possibility. Terrifying freedom. I think about my parents' offer. Law school. Security. Then I think about the board members applauding my design. I open to a fresh page and start sketching. Not a logo, not a website. A plan. My own company. Hope you're loving Amara's journey so far. Quick reminder to drop a comment telling us your city or country. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Hit that like button if you're rooting for her, share this with someone who's chasing their own dreams, and turn on notifications to stay updated with all our incredible stories. The first month is brutal. I rent a desk at a co-working space. $200 a month I can barely afford. My office is a corner next to the bathroom. My team is me, myself, and I. But I design. Every day, 10 to 12 hours. Logos, brand guides, website mock-ups. I post everything online, Instagram, Behance, Pinterest. No shame, no holding back. Most posts get 12 likes. Some get 3. I'm about to give up when one post goes viral. It's a coffee brand redesign I did for fun, bright, playful, totally different from my usual style. Overnight, it gets 10,000 likes. 20,000. 50,000. Comments flood in, this is fire, hire this person immediately, why isn't this a real brand? My follower count explodes. Clients start DMing. Small projects at first, $50 here, $200 there. But then. Hi, I'm Zara Khan's assistant. She saw your coffee brand design and wants to discuss a project. Would you be available for a call? Zara Khan. International pop star. 20 million followers. I stare at the message for a full minute, convinced it's fake. It's not. The call happens 2 days later. Zara's rebranding her tour merch line. She wants my aesthetic, bold, unexpected, authentic. The budget, $75,000. I almost dropped my phone. I sign the contract in a Starbucks bathroom, hands shaking so badly I can barely hold the pen. $75,000. More money than I've ever seen. The work is intense. Zara's team is demanding but fair. They push me, challenge me, trust me. I design everything, logos, packaging, social media templates, even stage visuals. It's the biggest creative challenge of my life. 3 months later, the merch drops. Sells out in 6 hours. Zara posts about me, meet Amara, the genius behind my new look. Hire her before she's too famous. My website crashes from traffic. My email inbox explodes. Clients I'd never dare approach suddenly want meetings. Vogue reaches out for a profile. Forbes asks for an interview. I register my company officially, Maven Design Company. The name trends on Twitter for 2 days. And then my parents see it. Because of course they do. They see everything. Dad's assistant calls, voice professionally polite, Mr. Sullivan would like to extend an invitation to a family dinner. Would you be available Saturday at 7? I know what this is. They've realized I'm successful now, successful enough to be useful. I accept. But I don't go alone. I bring my lawyer. The house looks the same. Same perfectly manicured lawn, same pretentious fountain out front, same door I walked out of 9 months ago. My lawyer, James, squeezes my shoulder. Remember, you're here on your terms. Inside, Mom set the formal dining room. The table's too big for 3 people. Dad sits at the head, Mom to his right. They've left me the far end, like I'm a visiting dignitary instead of their daughter. Amara, Dad says warmly. Too warmly. You look well. Thanks. And you've done quite well for yourself. We saw the articles. Very impressive. Mom pours wine she knows I won't drink. We always knew you had potential, dear. I almost laugh. Really? Because 9 months ago, you called me a disgrace. Dad clears his throat. Emotions were high. Perhaps we were. Hasty. Hasty. I taste the word. Is that what we're calling it? They exchange glances. Then Dad leans forward, businessman face on. What matters is moving forward. You've built something remarkable. Your mother and I were thinking, why not merge your company under the Sullivan and Associates umbrella? We have infrastructure, connections, resources. You have talent and buzz. Together, I interrupt, you profit off my work while controlling everything I do. Silence. Mom tries a different angle. Family business, Amara. Legacy. Don't you want? Actually, I say, smiling, I came to offer you a partnership. Dad blinks. A partnership? I slide a folder across the table. James prepared it yesterday, crisp, professional, airtight. Dad opens the folder. His expression shifts from confused to incredulous as he reads. You want us to license your designs? For triple our normal vendor fees? He looks up. And paid up front? Maven Design Company. Has a 6-month wait list. My rates are industry-leading. But because we're family, I pause on that word, I'm offering you priority access. Mom's smile is tight. This is absurd. Is it? Your firm's rebrand was successful because of my work. Your biggest competitor, Morrison Group? They've reached out 3 times asking if I'm available. I let that sink in. I'm giving you first option. Dad's jaw clenches. I can see him wrestling with ego versus business sense. Finally. The terms are unreasonable. They're standard for my client tier. We're not clients. We're your parents. You disowned me. Remember? My voice stays level. You cut me off, blacklisted me, tried to destroy my career. Now I'm offering you a fair business arrangement. Take it or leave it. He stands abruptly. This is extortion. This is business. I stand too. You taught me that. Mom stays seated, looking between us. For a second, I think she might say something real, something true. But she just shakes her head. Then I guess we have nothing more to discuss, Dad says coldly. I gather my folder. One more thing. Morrison Group's contract is worth $2 million over 3 years. I'm meeting them Monday. Just thought you should know. I walk out, James following. This time, I don't look back. Morrison Group's headquarters is everything Sullivan and Associates isn't: modern, bright, collaborative. Their CEO, Tanya Morrison, greets me herself. I've been following your work, she says, shaking my hand. That Zara Khan project was genius. We talk for 2 hours. She wants a complete rebrand, logo, website, marketing materials, office design. It's the kind of contract that makes or breaks design firms. I won't lie, Tanya says. Part of why I'm excited is knowing it'll make Richard Sullivan furious. We've been competing for 20 years. She grins. But mostly, I want the best. And that's you. I signed the contract that afternoon. $2 million over 3 years, plus royalties on any materials they produce using my designs. The work consumes me, 12-hour days, weekend sessions, constant revisions. But it's good work. Work I'm proud of. Work that pushes me. 6 months in, Maven Design Company has transformed Morrison Group from my parents' slightly stodgy competitor into the hottest firm in the city. Their client list triples. Forbes runs a profile titled, "How Morrison Group Disrupted an Industry." Sullivan and Associates clients start jumping ship. The headline I've been waiting for appears on a Tuesday. Sullivan and Associates faces crisis as market share plummets. I don't celebrate. I just keep working. The article details everything: lost clients, failed pitches, outdated branding. An anonymous source says, Richard Sullivan's refusal to modernize has cost us dearly. My phone rings. Unknown number. Amara. Dad's voice sounds older. Smaller. We need to talk. I'm busy. Please. Just, please. He never says please. I sigh. 5 minutes. Your mother and I made mistakes. The company is struggling. Lost major clients, his voice cracks. We need your help. Not we're sorry. Not we love you. Just we need you. You told me never to come back, I say quietly. I listened. Amara, we're family. Family doesn't disown each other. Family doesn't blacklist their own child. Family doesn't show up only when they need something. My voice stays calm. I'm not your daughter. I'm not your solution. I'm someone you broke, who fixed herself without you. We're proud of you. Those words, the ones I wanted desperately 9 months ago, mean nothing now. That's nice, I say. Goodbye, Dad. I hang up. James texts, interview confirmed for Thursday. They want your origin story. I smile. It's time. The interview happens in my new office. A real office, with a door and windows and everything. The journalist, Sarah Chen, is sharp and direct. Let's start with the beginning, she says. Maven Design Company launched less than a year ago, but you've already worked with major brands. Where did you come from? I take a breath. I dropped out of law school against my parents' wishes. They disowned me. I slept in my car. Worked my way up from an unpaid internship. Built everything from scratch. Sarah's eyes widen. They disowned you? Cut me off completely. Blacklisted me in the industry. Tried to sabotage my career. I meet her eyes. But I kept going. Not to prove them wrong, to prove to myself I could. Do you regret it? Losing your family? I think about this carefully. I regret that they made me choose. But I don't regret my choice. The article publishes 3 days later. The headline, How Designer Amara Sullivan Built an Empire After Her Family Threw Her Away. It goes viral instantly. Twitter explodes with hashtag #DesignYourOwnPath. People share their own stories of choosing themselves over family expectations. BuzzFeed makes it into a listicle. TikTok creators analyze it frame by frame. My website crashes again. This time, I'm ready. And then, on a Tuesday morning, my receptionist buzzes, there are 2 people here to see you. They say they're your parents. I almost tell her to send them away. But curiosity wins. They look smaller somehow. Dad's gained weight. Mom's hair has more gray. They sit across from my desk like clients, not parents. Nice office, Dad says, looking around. What do you want? He exchanges a glance with Mom. She nods slightly, encouraging. We saw the article, he says. We've talked. A lot. About what we did. How we treated you. He clears his throat. You were right. We made you choose between their approval and yourself. That wasn't fair. Mom speaks for the first time. We were scared. You were throwing away everything we built for you. Everything you built for me, or everything you wanted for yourselves. She flinches. Both, probably. We couldn't see past our own expectations to see who you actually were. Dad leans forward. We're not here to ask for help. Sullivan and Associates will survive or it won't, that's on us. We're here because... His voice breaks. We're proud of you. Not because you're successful, but because you had the courage to choose yourself when we couldn't. Mom's crying now. We're so sorry, Amara. For everything. I sit with this. The apology I wanted 9 months ago. The validation I thought would fix everything. It doesn't fix anything. But it's something. I appreciate you saying that, I say carefully. But I can't just forgive and forget. You hurt me. Deeply. We know, Dad says. We're not asking for forgiveness. Just a chance. Someday. When you're ready. I nod slowly. Maybe someday. They stand to leave. At the door, Mom turns back. For what it's worth, I'm genuinely proud. Not of what you've built, but who you've become. After they leave, I sit in silence for a long time. I don't reconcile with my parents. Not really. We're cordial, occasional texts, careful phone calls, boundaries everywhere. They invite me to holidays, sometimes I go, sometimes I don't. It's not warm, but it's not hostile. Forgiveness isn't a switch. It's a process. Some days I'm angrier than others. Some days I wonder what would have happened if they'd just supported me from the start. But mostly, I focus on moving forward. Maven Design Company expands. I hire a team 8 people, then 12, then 20. We take on bigger projects, rebrands for Fortune 500 companies, collaborations with museums, campaign work for nonprofits. But my favorite project is personal, the Maven Scholarship. Full ride for design students whose families don't support their path. We fund 15 students the first year. 50 the second. I meet each recipient personally. They tell me stories that echo my own, parents who wanted doctors, lawyers, engineers. Kids who chose themselves anyway. One girl, Maria, cries when I hand her the acceptance letter. My mom said I'd never make it as an artist. Prove her wrong, I say. Not for her. For you. The scholarship program becomes my legacy. More important than any logo, any brand, any viral campaign. It's me turning my pain into power, exactly what I needed someone to do for me. 5 years after that family dinner, Maven Design Company hosts its first major gala. Black tie, open bar, industry leaders everywhere. My team looks incredible. Our portfolio speaks for itself. I'm wearing a dress I designed myself, midnight blue, elegant, confident. Kira stands beside me, grinning. Remember when you slept in your car? Every day, I say. Eli's here too, his new studio is thriving. Maya's freelancing successfully. Even Tanya Morrison made it, bringing half her executive team. The speeches begin. Awards are given. Then it's my turn. I walk to the microphone, looking out at hundreds of faces. In the back corner, half hidden, I spot my parents. They came. I didn't invite them, but they came. 5 years ago, I made a choice that terrified me. I chose uncertainty over security, authenticity over approval, myself over everyone else's expectations. My voice steadies. People told me I'd fail. That I was throwing my life away. That I'd regret it. I pause, meeting my father's eyes across the room. They were wrong. The room applauds. I continue, Maven Design Company exists because someone told me I couldn't. The scholarship program exists because I know how it feels to be dismissed by the people who should believe in you most. Everything I've built exists because I refuse to shrink. More applause. My voice grows stronger. To everyone here who's chosen their own path, who's faced opposition, doubt, fear, I see you. Keep going. The world needs what you're building. Standing ovation. I see my mother wiping tears. My father clapping slowly, deliberately. After the gala, they approach carefully. Dad extends his hand. That was powerful. Thanks. Mom touches my arm gently. We are proud, you know. Truly. I look at them, these people who gave me life, then took away their support, then watched from the sidelines as I succeeded anyway. I know, I say. And I do. But their pride isn't why I did this. 3 months later, I'm back in my office, reviewing designs for our latest client. The space has changed, more plants, better lighting, photos of scholarship recipients on the walls. My team's laughter echoes from the main studio. My phone buzzes. A text from Mom, lunch this week? No agenda, just catching up. I smile. Sure. Tuesday work? Our relationship will never be what it was. But maybe it can be something different. Something real, built on who I actually am instead of who they wanted me to be. Kira pops her head in. Hey, big shot. Coffee run? Always. We walk to the cafe downstairs, the same one where I used to work, serving lattes and drawing sketches on napkins. The barista recognizes me. The usual? Please. Outside, autumn leaves scatter across the sidewalk. I breathe in the cool air, feeling the weight of the past 5 years settle into something like peace. My phone rings. Another potential client, another opportunity, another chance to create something meaningful. I answer it with a smile. Because this life I built, these choices I made, this path I carved through doubt and fear and rejection, this is mine. Nobody gave it to me. Nobody can take it away. My parents disowned me for choosing my own path. They weren't ready for where it led. But I was. And that makes all the difference. What an incredible story. Thanks for watching till the end. Please let us know in the comments where you tuned in from. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, give us a thumbs up, share this story with anyone who needs inspiration, and hit that notification bell to catch all our future content. See you in the next one.